Yes, ready.
Okay. Do you mind me recording you for the interview?
You have my permission.
Okay. What is your view on the Victorville community?
I'm not from here, so I don't know a lot about it. It seems though I've been coming over here for over 30 years, but just for visiting.
Mm-hmm.
And I've worked here since January. And it seems like the community experienced a great deal of growth and kind of busted out at the seams. And then with the economic turndown, it seems like it suffered from that. And it seems like now that it's starting to recover. But I've noticed that in the old town,
Mm-hmm.
that it's kind of sad because it was once kind of quaint down there, and now it's a combination of, there are a few businesses left, there's lots of, I see a lot of like homeless people and a lot of people that I would associate with drug and alcohol abuse. I also see a lot of churches along there that cater to that
Mhm.
particular type of congregation, and a lot of dilapidation, and you know, it's kind of run down, which is kind of sad. Growth, the problem with any area like this that starts out as a small desert town and suddenly explodes, and you have all these big box stores up and down the freeway, and then the smaller businesses that once made up the community seem to suffer from that, and that seems like that's what happened here.
Okay. What is your job title?
I'm a commissioner.
What does your job entail?
Well, I sit as a Superior Court judge, and I handle child support cases brought by the Department of Child Support Services. And I also have a civil calendar that I do harassment cases, name changes, ex parte restraining orders. Yeah, I think that pretty well covers it. And then I do what you just saw, video arraignments,
Mhm.
which those are criminal cases where people are in custody and they've set up like a Skype system, a camera system, where I arraign them, advise them of their charges, appoint an attorney, and enter plea and set their cases for further hearing.
Okay.
So I do that, and then I also have another calendar, which is, they call it here, scheduled appearances, and that is a misdemeanor calendar with modifications of probation and arraignments.
Okay. Would you say that your job is influential to the Victorville community?
It is to the people that come before me.
How would you say your job impacts the Victorville community?
Well, with respect to people seeking restraining orders, that's a restriction of somebody else's rights if I issue a restraining order. As for the person being protected, that is about protecting them. They're members of the community, so I'm both protecting someone in the community and restricting somebody else's rights.
Mhm.
So it impacts the individuals, and I suppose that has an overall effect on the community.
What changes would you suggest for the Victorville community?
I think they should redevelop their old town, their old Route 66, and try to encourage small businesses to come back and have that area become a little more revitalized.
Mhm.
Other communities have done that, and it is good for the community, because then you don't have the rundown areas like you see down there, and it attracts tourists.
Mhm.
So there's more money for the community. I think that would help.
And how do you think the community could reach these goals?
Well, that would involve some action by the city council and the Chamber of Commerce acting together to look at the structures down there and see which ones might be good for rehabilitation projects. Cities are able to offer like low or no interest loans to businesses or people willing to start businesses, and so they could encourage that kind of development, and they could do, this is part of the Route 66 through there, and so they could do some kind of a theme along those lines. It'd be something that would require cooperation, I suppose, of banks, the merchants, and the elected town officials or city officials.
Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Okay,